Hey writers, welcome back to the Writers Room. So excited to be with you today. So it's a magical time. We're coming up on the summer solstice, which is our longest day of the year. And some people who've studied the different lineage and, kind of symbolism of the solstice also think it's sort of like a gateway when the veil between sort of our very rational logical world and the creative unlimited even spiritual world kind of lifts, and we have access to all these incredible ideas. So I want to invite us this week to get out of, if you can. I know we all are in different places in terms of being able to leave our homes, interact with the outside world, but if you are able, or you can find a way to virtually do this, to do an artist date this week. So those of you that have read The Artist's Way and done that work by Julia Cameron, she suggests every week taking 2 hours by yourself and doing something that what she calls fills the well. So I just love this for summer. Again, it's month of creative explosion, and I'm going to keep this really short and sweet today so you can get out in the world and actually commit to doing an artist day this week. It's so worth it. It's so exciting. So the way, again, you don't have to have any specific rules, but the way Julia Cameron suggests doing artist dates, it's 2 hours, it's once a week. You might go to a museum and look at visual art, even if you're a writer. You might see a play, you might watch a documentary, you might walk in nature, you might get out lots of markers and colored paints and just like put a bunch of color on the page. You might go to a poetry reading, you might whatever, right? All kinds of whatever. And it might be something that's not artistic overtly, but that inspires you. You might go, look at architecture or read a biography about a scientist, and that kind of sparks something for your work. So because some of us are able to get out in the world more, I did my first out in the world artist date, and I cried. I started crying because I hadn't been to a museum in over a year, like many of us, and I hadn't like just been around physical visual art. So I went to the Modern Wing of the Art Institute here in Chicago, and I said hi to my friends. I'm going to get emotional here too. Like, it's different looking at Picasso and Frida Kahlo and Giacometti and Chagall and Cezanne online than it is being where their hands touched the canvas. And you might think I'm nuts for getting emotional about this, but for me, visual art's very powerful, as is theater and live music. And so what can you do this week to fill your well? If we only try to draw from just our own brain, it can get dry, right? And so we want to be lush, we want to be filled up, we want to be saturated and resourced. So your homework this week is to stop listening to this video and make a plan, whether you need to get a babysitter or whatever you need to do. And even if it's 1 hour, 30 minutes, like something to fill your creative well. Think back to the last time you felt inspired. Travel is a huge one for people. I think travel is like an extended artist date. So what does that look like for you? And go do it this week. And then let us know how it goes. And I cannot wait to hear how it informs your work.